In the heart of New York City, in the midst of 8 million people, lies a tiny community of less than 300. Over the past 30 years, every conceivable act of betrayal, murder, and mayhem has taken place in the neighborhood of Pine Valley. In reality, ABC Studios 23, better known to soap opera fans as the home of All My Children.
On January 5th, 1970, All My Children debuted. Today, over 8,000 episodes later, millions of viewers still tune in to find out who's doing what to whom. Join me as we go behind closed doors with one of the institutions of the soap opera world, All My Children.
It's been on the air every weekday afternoon for the last 3 decades. Susan Lucci has been there since the beginning.
Pine Valley isn't exactly the corner of Hollywood and Vine.
She plays Erica Kane, perhaps the most famous daytime character of all time.
When I decide on a man, he's gonna have success written all over him.
Known for her selfish behavior.
How dare you, Mother!
Countless lovers. And many marriages.
I do.
Pronounce us married. We've got a plane to catch.
And here we are, what, 10 marriages, about 8 husbands or 9 husbands?
Something like that. Someone said to me this morning, 9 marriages, and I guess that's right. They weren't all legal. I think there are only maybe 6 men involved. It's not as bad as it sounds.
So then what's your full name? Can you do it?
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
can. It's Erica Kane, Martin Brent, Cudahy, Chandler, Roy, Chandler, Montgomery, Merrick. I think that's it.
The streak is over, Susan Lucci!
After 19 consecutive years of being nominated for a daytime Emmy, Susan finally broke her losing streak in 1999, taking home the Best Actress Award for her portrayal of Erica.
Susan Lucci originated the role of Erica Kane on All My Children.
Thank you so very much. I truly never believed that this would happen. I'm going back to that studio on Monday, and I'm going to play Erica Kane for all she's worth. Thank you so very much.
You really have to stop watching those soap operas. They are scrambling your brains.
Have you ever gotten a script where you've said, oh, come on, even Erica wouldn't do that?
The thing that comes right to my mind is the scene that's now very famous where Erica fought off the grizzly bear. I mean, she just yelled at him.
I am Erica Kane, and you are a filthy beast.
But it worked. He went away. And I remember saying to the producer at the time, do you think maybe we've gone too far now with this? It was a grizzly bear.
But I'm his father.
You're not his father.
The name soap opera goes back to the days when soap companies sponsored radio dramas.
Nina!
From the beginning, All My Children experienced a cult-like following. In fact, appointment television was born as college students, working professionals, and homemakers arranged their schedules around the show.
An awful lot goes on in Pine Valley.
Something very dramatic will undoubtedly happen here.
Agnes Nixon created All My Children more than 30 years ago. Since then, she has written several thousand hours of daytime drama.
Writing, there's such a freedom to writing because we're not doing a biography, we're doing fiction. And fiction just allows us to go any place, anywhere, steal any idea as long as we disguise it.
Agnes is credited with constantly pushing the genre with provocative and groundbreaking storylines.
You're sorry I didn't have the abortion in the first place, aren't you?
She has AIDS. It's a dangerous disease.
I'm gay.
Well, I think we've been on the cutting edge, yes, of new things. It's just what you see in the daily papers.
All those stories unfold here on Stage 23, where 50 different temporary sets make up the city of Pine Valley.
There's not
I was given a private tour by Walt Willey, known as Jackson Montgomery, the once evil brother-in-law turned former lover, and now the current confidant of Erica Kane.
So this is Erica's house.
Gee, how could you figure that out, Joe? In case you forget.
This is indeed Erica's house. Don't eat those. They're sprayed.
Sprayed?
No, they're not really sprayed, but that's what the stage managers always tell the extras when they're sitting at the bar scene, so they don't eat up all the chips between scenes. They tell
and
them
all
they're
the
sprayed.
peanuts, yeah.
Yeah, they tell them they're sprayed, but they're not sprayed, so you can even eat one.
It's the props that make these sets come alive. I was impressed by the elaborate detail, from the liquor bottles with their own fake labels, to medical diplomas on the wall, to photos on the desk.
This little girl?
I think this is from the Sears Portrait Studio advertisement or something. I have no idea, actually. It's, I guess it's supposed to be Bianca when she was young.
Over the years, there have been hundreds of sets filled with thousands of props, which all must be kept and cataloged. Hidden 2 floors beneath the stage is the ultimate family attic.
This is prop storage, where 31 years of All My Children's history is kept. And here you can find everything from the set of the Pine Valley Inn to copies of Erica's autobiography, Raising Kane.
Head prop master Larry Bernstock has been with the show for the last 2 decades, and he's seen it all. From the killer crowbar.
The fans, this is the crowbar that killed Will. You can still see his bloods on it, but be careful, it's heavy.
To bottles that punctuate many of the fights. To an All My Children original.
From day one, this is Dr. Joe Martin's original doctor bag.
Back upstairs, concealed right off stage, is the prop room annex. Here, Larry and his team create every intimate detail of a character's life, from their photo identification, to the money they use.
But this is not real?
This is fake.
To the guns they shoot.
It's going to be eventually, it's going to be a sniper type of rifle, but it all gets locked up at night.
It's also the prop department's job to keep track of what they call continuity.
We are preferred members of the Polaroid Club.
Over the course of a week, hundreds of Polaroids will be taken to ensure the sets and the props always end up looking exactly the same, whether they're used tomorrow or a year from now.
Because a fan would love to just catch that one little thing, right?
And they do.
Like the props, the costumes worn by the actors are kept and cataloged in 3 wardrobe storerooms. It's Pine Valley's own department store, and it's so well stocked, it rivals Bloomingdale's. One day, the wardrobe department might be outfitting an elaborate formal party. The next, dressing a character for their final scene.
This is Arlene's dead outfit.
Dead outfit?
That's
so
right.
She died in this?
Yes, this is what she drowned in.
By far, the largest closet in Pine Valley belongs to Erica Kane.
This entire row is Erica. All of her shoes are up here, all of her purses. There's probably 50 pairs of shoes here.
Oh.
Tiny little jacket.
She is tiny.
Really little.
It's like kids' clothes. Cute little numbers. It's funny that you would go to work in this, you know what I mean?
Right.
But they do.
Next, a shocking reunion that could only happen in the soap opera world. Find out what brought Elizabeth Taylor and Carol Burnett together in Pine Valley.
But I'm warning you, it ain't pretty.
Behind Closed Doors will continue in a moment here on A&E. Behind Closed Doors with Joan Lunden continues here on A&E.
Can always count on you guys. I need more than memories.
I'm praying for an attack of amnesia.
To millions of fans, the cast of characters in All My Children is like a second family. And some of the biggest fans are big stars who have made appearances on the show.
Are there television cameras here tonight?
Like Stevie Wonder.
Put the rhythm of Pine Valley on the map, huh?
Elizabeth Taylor and Carol Burnett.
You're Vera? I knew your mother.
Oh, well, that's right. My goodness, well, nice to see you again.
Lovely to see you. Oh, I see my table's ready now.
My name was Verla Grubbs. You think she's going to invite Langley's illegitimate daughter over for a nice cup of tea? I was the love child of Langley Wallingford, the daughter of a snake charmer. He had this affair with a snake charmer, and I was the result. To her, I'm not Verla, I'm Vermin. She made Eunice look like Jackie Kennedy. This is my fiancé,
In addition to appearing on the show, Carol Burnett is also one of All My Children's biggest fans and rarely misses an episode.
We're taping now as we speak. Yeah, I'm taping it.
The masterminds behind these outrageous characters are a team of writers.
What if she said something like,
If you'd let Tad go, none of this would have happened.
Right, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Tad and I didn't mean to.
They've got their hands full creating 260 episodes a year. Cameras are rarely allowed in writers' meetings because it's here they devise future storylines and plot twists.
What if what she's gone through, it's like, I'm so sorry. I mean, so it looks like she's about to say the whole truth, and then...
Jean D'Addario Burke is the show's executive producer.
How much in advance are you coming up with storylines?
Well, some storylines we know a year in advance, some 6 months, and some come as they develop.
Is there a formula?
You always want to have something exciting happening on a Friday because there's a long weekend in between.
She's passed out, Maria.
You want to promise something and deliver it on Monday, and then you want every show to be exciting.
This is the one place where if you die, it's just not final.
Yeah, Maria was in a plane crash, and she's not coming back as we know yet, but you never know. There really isn't any limit. I think cutting off your head is probably the limit.
A head transplant, of course.
The newest thing on the market.
Well, there's nothing real about it. Well, that's just because you're not a good actress. But once somebody good is doing the lines, then it's going to be wonderful.
But it's the actors who breathe life into these characters.
And the people who tried to keep us apart will pay with their souls.
Right outside his dressing room, James Mitchell, who plays Palmer Cortland, steals a moment to learn his lines. Every day, an actor may have more than 30 pages of dialogue to memorize for just one show.
I notice some people, they come in with a script in the morning, flip it open, it's in their head somehow. I can't do that. Everybody has different methods.
I have about an hour and 20-minute commute in the morning, and I commit it to memory during that time because I'm not looking at it cold. I already have an idea of what it is.
For Kelly Ripa, who holds a second job on Regis and Kelly, there aren't enough hours in the day.
I drive some people crazy working with them because I won't put the script down until it's time to tape. And, you know, when you're working with somebody who has their lines memorized at 7 o'clock in the morning and your face is still in your script, it makes them insane.
Rain check. I'm good for it.
And what viewers don't see is that sometimes a prop serves two purposes.
The best is when your character's holding a clipboard. Now, you know, I own a club, and I'm always having a clipboard taking inventory. It's not even just my lines.
At ABC Studios in Midtown Manhattan, actors start their day in the rehearsal hall, where they get their first chance to work on a scene they have to tape in just a few hours.
No matter what Derek says, keep your mouth shut.
Well, standing around like we have something to hide isn't helping things.
Many of the scenes on soap operas are between only 2 or 3 actors. This one features 8 veterans.
When you get more than 2 people in a scene or 3 people in a scene, generally what happens is the dynamic completely changes because there's way too many rhythms going on. It's like an orchestra.
Can we do that one again?
Leave that, I have some.
You better believe it.
It's not quite ready.
No.
Do it again.
It's the first time anybody has heard the script out loud, and sometimes it's so much better than the way, you know, you read it in your head. I mean, they had a line today where David says to James,
"Shouldn't you be dead from natural causes by now?"
when I read it, I sort of breezed over it like it was dead by natural. That's an odd line.
I'll live long enough to throw dirt in your box.
You hear them like zing at each other, and you think, oh, this is the best script ever. These people are the best.
It's amazing how well these scenes go when I don't speak in them.
The next stop for the actors is hair and makeup. It's a daily transformation that gets them into character.
My hair is not curly in real life. They curl it like this.
Then the actors head for the stage.
On the set. I'm late. See, they're yelling.
Behind closed doors and in front of the cameras, they run through their lines on the set.
place asleep.
Shouldn't you be dead from natural causes by now? I'll live long enough to throw dirt in your box.
All right, let's go.
Down on the set, what were you doing?
Well, we were camera blocking the scene that we're going to run now.
Which means that you need to see that everybody's standing in the right place so you see their face when they say their line?
Right, all that.
The cast and crew move on to dress rehearsal. It's their last chance to polish the dialogue.
What's my line?
Cut. Mr. and Mrs. Cortland, we have nothing to do with anything that Palmer says.
Supervising producer Lisa Connor has notes on the actors' performances.
She lost her energy. She wasn't as upset. And that's it.
And I did good.
Now the director has gone downstairs.
He's gone down to give notes, what we just, on the scene that we just dress rehearsed, then we go right to tape, and that's it.
That's it, and you go to tape to go to air.
Yep.
That's how fast it is.
Yeah, that's how fast it is.
Shh. We're going from Vanessa's, we have nothing to do with anything.
Thank you, here we go.
Give me 10 seconds.
With barely enough time to catch their breath, the actors tape the scene.
We have nothing to do with anything.
61.
Here, cut it.
Three next.
This is nonsense.
Arlene is out of her mind. 569.
Take,
71.
here's the cross. Let's go at this another way. Why are you all here?
The various scenes are assembled in editing. The music and sound effects are added, and 3 weeks later, this is what we see at home.
Phone book. Shouldn't you be dead from natural causes by now? I'll live long enough to throw dirt in your box.
Okay, all right. Let's go at this in another way.
Depending on the storyline, some sets stay up for a week or more, others for only a day. Each night, the crew packs up the sets no longer needed and uncrates what they'll need for tomorrow. After a 12-hour day, the actors aren't finished either.
Now what?
They leave with new scripts to read and memorize, because tomorrow, they'll be back to do it all over again. Coming up, I make my soap opera debut by joining the cast of All My Children. And Kelly Ripa reveals the secret code of kissing.
Behind Closed Doors will continue in a moment here on A&E. Behind Closed Doors with Joan Lunden continues here on A&E.
Good morning, all my children. We begin with items 1 through 3, the roadside inn.
To really go behind closed doors of All My Children, I was cast in an episode. My call time was 7 a.m. I'm used to being in front of the cameras, but this would be my first appearance on a soap opera.
Alrighty, thank you.
After checking in with the guards, it's up to the 3rd floor.
All right, everybody, let's get to work.
My scene was the first one up in the rehearsal hall. My role? Trixie, a waitress at a roadside bar.
Are we in the bar?
You're in the bar. This is a table, and you're here talking to somebody who'll be here later today.
Connell O'Brien, the director, blocked out how the scene was going to look.
And waitress comes over, standing above Bud, head towards me a little bit.
What happened to your coat, honey?
I was what they call an under 5, with fewer than 5 lines of dialogue.
Should we call a tow truck?
And cue Bud.
Part of this scene included a sexy interchange between Kelly Ripa, who's been on the show 11 years, and newcomer Ed Fry.
So you kiss for a couple, 2 threes, you unkiss, and she said.
I found it fascinating to learn that these actors had just recently met.
Within 3 minutes of meeting him, hi, I'm Kelly, hi, I'm Ed, we're now making out.
Soap operas are known for their steamy love scenes, but Kelly revealed that for the actors, there are some do's and don'ts.
There's a rule, there's an unspoken rule. Some people follow it, some people don't. There's the no tongue rule. So like lips slightly apart, but not really, just slightly apart. No tongue. The no tongue rule.
How come I don't get kissing in my part?
Then it was off to wardrobe, where characters began to take shape.
Just in case Trixie should be ever so slightly more voluptuous, one of the secrets of the soaps, bust pads. Part of the illusion, part of the fantasy.
From demi-cup, pearl shape, push-up, you name it.
Before I went to the set, I needed some finishing touches in hair and makeup.
I'm becoming more tricksy all the time, don't you think?
Walking into stage 23 this time, I felt apprehensive. Now I was part of the real production process and things moved quickly. There were more than 50 people on the set as we went through the camera blocking.
So, John, you want to be here talking to this man with the beard at this point. Looking good.
The other cast members responded quickly to Connell's direction, but this was all new to me, and I was doing my best just to keep up.
Quiet, please, everybody.
I think we should call it tow truck.
Well, you can try, but I think you're going to end up waiting it out here.
Turns away.
When I wasn't doing my lines, I was part of the background, making the bar seem as real as possible, taking orders and bussing tables.
I carded that girl.
I like that.
She said, I want a vodka tonic. I said, can I see your ID, please? She
It's
thanked
so realistic.
me. Yeah.
It's a little scary how realistic this is.
After a brief break, it was time for the dress rehearsal.
Is that your car out there in the ditch?
This was our last chance to run the scene before taping.
What happened to your coat, honey?
A little more concern from the waitress.
Gray. Think we should call a tow truck?
Joan must stay close to the man, though, if I do that.
Coffee it is.
The last moment of this scene was a close-up on Katie McLean. In traditional soap opera style, the camera lingers on her face. It's a trademark device called a tag. For Susan Lucci, it's her least favorite part of the job.
You try to keep it active. There are no more words. There is no more dialogue. You cannot speak.
But what viewers don't know is what some actors are really thinking during those dramatic moments.
There's like three looks. There's the, I wonder if my cat peed in the kitty litter. Or, I think my cat peed in the kitty litter. Or, damn, my cat didn't pee in the kitty litter.
Well, finally.
Stand by.
It was now time to tape the scene. Though my part was small, the pressure was on.
Here we go.
And this is how my scene looked on air.
Is that your car out there in the ditch?
Yeah. They spun my wheels trying to get out.
What happened to your coat, honey?
Oh, I guess I left it behind.
Think we should call a tow truck?
We can try, but I think you're going to end up waiting this thing out here. Want a drink?
Yeah, some coffee would be great, thanks.
Coffee it is.
That was great.
Was it?
Yep.
In just a few minutes, and all too soon, my soap opera acting debut was over.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
But I wasn't quite ready to let go of Trixie.
All right, so what can I get you, sweetie?
I could use some coffee. I think I'm going too slow.
All right.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you.
Show number 8013 was finished, but the cast and characters of All My Children will live on in Pine Valley, perfecting murder, betrayal, and mayhem, like they've done for the past 31 years.
Pine Valley, I don't know that I'd want to settle there. It's a dangerous little town.
For A&E, I'm Joan Lunden, behind closed doors of All My Children.